Hello and welcome to my presentation for week 5, MPA 594. And I'm going to be talking about something very near and dear to me, something I call compassionate efficiency. Speaking for my experience in the hospital that my mother was currently in, I think that some of the changes a new department head could stand to make, and that should be made quickly, are reinstilling the idea of value over efficiency, or instilling it. I believe that communication and accessibility and maintaining the human element are crucial concepts that any hospital should employ through their teams in the treatment of their patients and the patients' families. Robert K. Morton stressed the importance of rethinking the idea of efficiency over value when he wrote his dysfunction theory of the classical approaches. The focus on speed, efficiency, and bottom line can leave patients and families feeling unimportant and rushed to process our feelings and decisions. The classic bureaucratic structure, it makes doctors and nurses methodical, prudent, and disciplined, but it can leave patients and families feeling that they're not cared for, or their wants and desires and their feelings and emotions are of little importance as staff rush in and out of their rooms and basically treat every patient as a medical chart. Hospital staff are in and out of patient rooms in a blur, each one of them with their specialized functions, their fast, effective applications. They often enter at unpredictable hours, checking charts, vitals, administering medicine, dropping off meals, changing the trash or the linens, and are gone as quickly as they come. Doctors and nurses are completely overwhelmed, running from room to room, giving each patient what seems like an allotted amount of time before rushing off to accomplish as many rooms as possible. It's a lot like watching a race car pit crew perform. In Herbert Simon's Proverbs of Administration, he mentions how humans are not rational and should not be perceived as such. Public administration should be based on a study of human behavior. The present design of the hospital experience places an overload on nursing aid staff because they're the ones that are most readily available to the patients. Any attempt to contact doctors or specialists beyond their brief pass-by into a patient's room leads to an endless maze of messages which must be relayed through the nursing aide, the nurse, the charge nurse, the doctor's secretary, and who knows how many other levels before the message finally gets to where it's intended. And likewise, the response from the doctor or specialist goes through just as many levels. It's like the warped sense of the childhood telephone game. And the problem with this type of structure, while probably efficient for its purposes, it doesn't leave ample consideration for the client, for which is the patient and their family members who need accessibility to communicate regarding their loved one's, situation. People in distress are not rational and they're not patient. Simon explains that administrative efficiency is better by keeping a minimum of organizational levels that a matter must pass through before it's acted upon. So limitations to span of control, hierarchy of command, and specialization can better facilitate efficiency and customer service. Lastly, but certainly not least, is the need to maintain the human element. In The Human Side of Enterprise, Douglas Murray McGregor described a theory of motivation similar to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. McGregor states that conventional management needs to change its approach to consider the subject of motivation and how we must learn to utilize social science to make our human organizations truly effective. McGregor argued that that managers should consider the physiological, safety, social, ego, and self-fulfillment desires of staff in order to motivate them and in order to produce a functional team, group, and morale team. But these same traits are also what is necessary for those being served in medical care. Physiological needs can equate to treat with compassion. The safety could be do all you can to comfort. Social communication. And the ego is just basically treat each patient with respect. And self-fulfillment is give them a reason to fight, to live. So yes, efficiency, bureaucracy will always be key in every business and operation. But in this department specifically, which is medicine and hospital administration, they need to rethink value, rethink communication and accessibility, and rethink maintaining the human element. Thank you and have a blessed day.